Sup drawers. Today we are drawing Una Re, Lana Del Rey. Cover album of To Die Born. So without further ado,
let's get to drawing. Let's get to the drawing.
Well, there goes the bot. Guess I gotta voice it myself now. So, hello, sup, drawers. I know it sounds a lot more cringe when I say it with a human voice. So, today I decided to go with this small challenge that Lavender Town started on her own channel. I think she did the first thing ever in this challenge, but I really am not sure. Basic gist of this challenge was that you pick any random or your preferred album cover from like any musician out there and try to give it a spin of your own personality or your own artistic style, right? So, here come I, the guy who literally has zero clue as to how album covers of my own personal favorite musicians look like, let alone the popular ones. I literally have no clue, I don't know why, I've never seen them before. And that led to me going around and asking maybe there is some cool covers out there. And I've got suggested a couple of ideas, and out of all of those ideas, the Lana Del Rey's latest, I think, album, the Born to Die thing, it stood out to me. I just love this 1950s America's vibe in this album cover, and it just, I don't know, it just rang with me, right? It just vibed with me, I felt that it was cool, I felt that it's what I wanted to draw. Even though, I must admit, it took me a couple of tries. I will not show this embarrassment in here though, because I couldn't get myself up for the drawing for a long time. I knew I could do it, but I just couldn't find the right... Okay, sorry, here's a quick cut. I could not pronounce the word method properly when it's like methodology. Oh, wait, I just did! Alright, that's good, fine. So, yeah, I couldn't find the right method to draw the thing because in my practice, different subjects require different methods. Sure, you can have your own, like, method that works for everything, like one true and tried method to, like, rule them all. In my case, it's just not the thing. I usually swap around my methods to, like, have more fun doing something, maybe to challenge myself a little bit more. And with this album art, I decided to go with this painterly approach, where you just block in background color, even though you should obviously get some outlines before you block in the background color. So you block out your figure with the color and leave the white space for your figure. I did not do that, I admit, it was a bad thing on my part, but you know, it just works because I'm in digital. I can allow myself to go and have some leeway with my methods. I picked like 3 maybe 4 brushes to do all of the work, like top brush, 2 or 3 artistic brushes. They were working nicely, I just loved using them. I don't know, they give this cool texture to your drawing. So, what I did struggle with, I say drawing the face from the front. Surprisingly enough, yes, it was the major hurdle in my drawing because, as you see, Lana has her face facing slightly upwards, which makes for a small, like tiny bit of curvature to her face, which is making it really hard to figure out the underlying anatomy of her face and properly placing the forms on said face. But anyway, I think I did an okay job at portraying this thing, especially when you consider that it took me about 1 hour and 18 minutes to draw the whole thing, because I could not make myself draw it a lot faster or spend any more time on it, because it would cross the line of where I'm actually trying to force myself to draw. I don't know, I have this preference for drawing the ugly, scary monsters, and I just like to keep it that way, but, you know, I gotta challenge myself with the beautiful women and beautiful drawings and anime drawings. I gotta mix it up together, because otherwise I'll be stuck and dead stuck on my habits and then my comfort zone, so to say. I just, you know, I love to challenge myself from time to time, and having to draw something I'm really not familiar with. Though I gotta admit that drawing the face of a female in a realistic style at this sort of angle was very eye-opening, I'd say, because I had to figure out a lot of underlying anatomy that was facing me in a way where I am not used to drawing. So I guess it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. Alright, I'm gonna say this straight out, I managed to bit my own tongue. It's never happened to me before when I tried to speak with somebody, but ouch, it was painful. Anyway, I'm gonna try to narrate what's going on the screen right now and what I think I'm doing, because I frankly don't really remember it. So in here I tried to give her neck a little bit of depth and worked on her shoulders and her, I don't know if that's a shirt or a dress, not sure, really not sure. And it was also quite the challenge to figure out how to draw this, because I couldn't really see the underlying anatomy, so not for my future self. Please, do a lot more studies of this shoulder area. Come on, you can do this, alright? Thanks. Also, speaking about hair, as you can see, I'm still using that same method that I used in my first ever video on this channel. The one where I drew Alex from Minecraft. So, basic gist of this method is that you design the overall silhouette of the hair strand, and then you basically fill it in with color, add a little highlight, design it in a way where it kind of describes the form of underlying hair strand, and then you just add a little bit more of a contrast to it by adding shadows, adding darkening, adding gradients. It's a pretty simple method that kinda can be applied to any other way of drawing hair. So if you saw somebody draw the hair in a certain way, you can basically mimic it with the same way. At least I have not yet seen the limits of this method. I've been trying it everywhere. Not even the hair, I've been trying it on faces, clothing, arms, legs, you name it. It can be used on any object, I think. It's basically all the same thing, you just draw the sphere or draw the box and you just apply the same methods there as well. Just, I don't know, it was such a revelation when I first uncovered this. Now that we are nearing the end of the video, I'm just gonna touch up on the background a little bit, finish some stuff like buttons. And for the background I didn't really go overboard, I just placed some artistically looking strokes, added some details in the bottom, like to not divulge too much attention from the main subject, and then added the selective color to add a little bit more punch to the colors that I already have and maybe alter some other colors, and then I just placed a little bit of the logo text using Impact as my font. I know it's not the original, but it's the closest I could get away with. Anyway, now that we are at the end of the video, I would like to thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you learned something, if that was a thing that happened. And I hope that you'll leave your comment, ring that bell icon, do the whole thing, you know, how it usually happens on YouTube, and also subscribe to the channel. I'm signing off, see you later! Oh, and also, let me know if you enjoyed the voiceover by a human instead of a robot. I would really love to hear your opinion on that.